Hello everybody, welcome back. I'm excited to be working on video number 3 right now for you. And you may be looking at my face and noticing a couple of things that might be different. First of all, the hair is pulled back, and I've done so for a reason today. But also, one of these things is not like the other. You see? A little flat, a little contoured. A little flat, a little contoured. We're talking contouring and highlighting today for a very important reason. When you look at a face, first of all, a face is multidimensional. It has light, it has shadow, it has raised areas, recessed areas. So it's important to be able to learn how to play off of those features, especially if you're not gifted with things like high cheekbones, which I wasn't, or a strong jawline, or maybe a slender nose. Believe it or not, through contouring and highlighting, you can create the illusion and the effect of all of those things without doing a single thing to your face. It is the magic and beauty of makeup. And speaking of, I have to share with you a book that is absolutely, hands down, my favorite. It's my bathroom Bible. I've had this thing forever. And it's called Making Faces by the late, great Kevyn Aucoin. He is so gifted when it comes to makeup application. He's a true artist. Sadly, he passed away in 2002. I've had this book, I don't know for how many years. I've had this book so long that it's literally coated in powder. There's powder, there's eyeshadow all over this thing because I love it so very much. Just to give you an example about contouring and highlighting, he tackles this inside his book as well. But he shows you where he applies the contour and the highlight and the before and the after picture. Voila! And there are many makeup books out there, but this just happens to be one of my favorite. I've had it forever, so I just wanted to share with you, and it inspires me for a lot of different looks that I create. This half has been done with the contouring and the highlighting. This half has not. So you can probably see the difference, and I'm going to walk you through step by step what I've done to create the illusion of stronger cheekbones and a stronger jawline, as well as slenderizing a nose, even shortening it a little bit if you feel you've got a long one. First and foremost, start off with a great foundation that offers you terrific coverage. As you know, one of my go-to foundations happens to be Teint Idole from Lancome, 24-hour makeup, oil-free, great matte finish. So again, it's a wonderful overall foundation that I find gives the look that I'm going for. So after I apply foundation and concealer and powder, this is where the fun begins. So what I'll do is I will take a bronzing powder. And bronzing powders are funny. You've got to be careful here because they can be a little too sparkly, and that's not what you want, or they can be very flat. And you don't want that either because it looks like mud on your face. So somewhere is a nice happy medium. Go out there and find a bronzing powder that's somewhere in between. I've been using Sun-Kissed Glow from California Tan. Seems to be working well. And I have another one from Lancome as well, Star Bronzer. Both are great. So what I do is I take a brush, and this is important, not too wide, and you want it nice and flat. Good flat brush. So you take it and you apply your bronzer. Now I'm going to do the other side of my face. And you go right here in the hollow. Sometimes you have to make a little fish face, you know, like that. And go right in the hollow area of your cheekbone. Being very careful also not to create too much of a line because you don't want to look like you've painted stripes on your cheeks either. That's not pretty. And again, we'll blend later with powder. But again, a nice, smooth line right here underneath your cheekbone. Okay, and then after this, you take some more, and here you're going to accentuate your jawline. So I start right here at the base of my jaw, and I go forward, underneath. This creates a nice shadow under the jaw. Remember, shadow recedes. It minimizes. So if you feel like you have a full neck, this is your best friend, okay? So use your bronzer and your contouring powder, and you go underneath your jawline and pull it down as well, because again, you don't want to look like you have a stripe right there. So just bring it down a little bit on the neck. So we've done it under our jaw, we've put it under our cheekbone, and now we also go around our forehead. If you feel you have a large forehead, this is a great minimizer as well. Take your bronzer and go right here along your hairline. and it brings in the sides of the forehead. Again, your dark color recedes, and as you'll soon find out, your light color enhances. You know, if you're one of those gifted people, by the way, with high cheekbones, God love you, because all you have to do is put some blush on those puppies and you're done. The rest of us, we're doing the contouring and the highlighting. So good for you if you're blessed. I ain't one of them. And now with the nose, again, this is where you really, really need that flat part. Again, put it in your bronzing powder and you're gonna run it right here along the side of your nose. Right there. Again, you're creating shadow right in this area. If you feel you have a wide nose, great way to create an illusion of it being a little more narrow. If you feel you have a long nose, take a little bit of your bronzing and go right here on the tip. I'm not saying I have either of these. Y'all can judge if you want. I ain't judging. I'm just showing you the tricks. So now we've done all of our contouring. If you feel you have any harsh lines whatsoever, just take your little buff pad with your face powder, you know, your translucent powder, your loose powder that you use, and just dab it, and that way you can soften any hard edges. So now it's time to use a blush color, and I'm using a color from MAC. It's a real bright, kind of a coral pink color. It's a great summer go-to color for me. So now we're going to apply our blush right on the cheekbone. So again, you can make your kissy face or whatever, and go right on your cheekbone with the color. So this is where we're drawing attention now, is up. We've created the recess, now we're going up. Do whatever face you gotta make to find them, just find them and put some nice blush right on your cheekbones. Now comes the highlight. Highlight is a very light color. It can be a white type powder. It can be kind of a light pinkish type. I've been using this one by Pure. I don't know how I got it. I don't know where I got it, but I got it, so I'm using it. And it's a good highlight color. It's a slightly pinkish white. So now we're going to put the light exactly where we want the light to hit. So this is the area that we want to seem raised, elevated. So naturally, now that we've contoured the sides of our nose, we want that part recessed. We're now going to put the highlight straight down the middle on the bridge of our nose to bring that out. And I usually start right here in the middle of my forehead and I come straight down. To finish off our cheekbone look, we want now light to hit right here under the eye. So I use my highlight powder, and again, I go right here under the eye and just above the cheekbone. Maybe you want to pop a little bit on the chin, and voila, there you go. Contouring and highlighting. It makes a difference. You know, it's like going to an art exhibit and seeing a great piece of work by a master in the art field. And when you look at the combination and the contrast of shadow and highlight in art that creates depth and illusion and dimension, you're drawn to it. Well, remember, our face is not one-dimensional. We have depth, we have light. So the key is learning how to play off of that, as well as learning to accentuate your good features, minimizing the not so good features in your eyes, whatever that may be, and learning how to use highlight and contour to create the illusion and the shape face that you're going for. I hope this has been helpful. Please remember you can follow me on click2houston.com, KPRC Local 2 at 5, 6, and 10. We stream our newscasts on the station's website. Also, all the social media channels as usual. You know where to find me. I'm everywhere. And again, I thank you for joining me. Remember, go out there, be bold, be blessed, and I'll see you in a week. Forgot, I can let my hair down now. Okay, now we're finished. Bam!